Hi, I'm John from Just Whiskey. If you like today's show, which I think you're gonna, give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And thanks for all the new subscribers trickling in and supporting my channel. And speaking of supporting my channel, consider becoming a Patreon with the link in the description below. Today we are going to be reviewing and talking about Glenturret, specifically Glenturret 15-year-old, and this is the 2020 Maiden release. I was able to also get, which I have not opened up yet, the 2021 12-year-old. I was supposed to get the Glenturret 12 2020 Maiden release, but there was a snafu in the ordering system and I was not able to acquire it. But to any of you Norfolk Whiskey Group members out there, especially Dave, who I think was lucky enough to get one of the Glenturret 12 2020 Maiden release bottles. I would love to get a sample of that from you in trade for the Glenturret 15-year-old Maiden release or the 2021. So if anybody has a local sample in the Massachusetts area of the Glenturret 12 2020 Maiden release, message me and we can get contact information. If you're part of the Norfolk Whiskey Group, then I can see you in person at an upcoming event. Okay, Glenturret. They were recently bought out in part by the Palate Luxury Market Group and a Swiss entrepreneur who happens to be the second largest shareholder in the Palate luxury goods company. Palate, who makes glassware, crystal glassware, they've done business with Macallan and now Glenturret bottles. But Palate, they're known for their glassware and also other luxury goods such as perfume, cosmetics, jewelry, furniture, and even hotels. And like I said, they've worked with Macallan in the past, which brings in the name of Macallan's ex-master blender, Bob Dalgarno, who used to work for Macallan, has come on board to be the master blender for Glenturret. Glenturret is also known previously for the famous grouse blends. But now Bob Dalgarno has come on board and is trying to make a name for themselves, which I think they have. So it seems like they're taking some of the influence of Macallan and luxury goods and trying to incorporate them into this new product. Now, this Glenturret 15 from 2020 it's 55% ABV, okay, and it is natural color and non-chill filtered. It does not state that on the bottle, but it does state it on the back of the packaging. So my understanding with this blend of the 15-year-old, it is predominantly second fill bourbon casks. And my understanding, it's 3-to-1 ratio. In other words, 3 parts second fill ex-American bourbon and 1 part of ex-European sherry, both Pedro Jimenez and Oloroso. So 3/4 second fill ex-bourbon, and 1/4 ex-sherry blend Pedro Jimenez and Oloroso from European casks. That's my understanding of that. Also, Glenturret boasts that they are Scotland's oldest working distillery. That's what they claim, and that covers all the background, I think. So let's get into the nosing and tasting. Oh yeah, also this retails did retail for about $120. This sold out within minutes, all of it. So it's very hard to find in the States. So on the nose, I get toffee, grapes, a bit of waxiness, like candle waxiness. It has a luxurious nose to it. Maybe that's psychological. A little bit of citrus, like lemon zest, grapes. It also reminds me of that Macallan French toast sensation that I get. Okay, on the palate. This really explodes in the mouth. There's a lot going on here. And this 55% ABV is not cask strength. They have watered it down a little bit, and it's purely speculation on my part, but this comes in a wee bit hot. You can taste and feel that alcohol nip to it, but it's also not as mouth coating, and it's not as velvety, or it's not velvety at all, that I expected it would be. So I'm just speculating that if this was cask strength, if they presented it at cask strength, it might have been a bit too overpowering, a bit too hot. And I think if they brought it down any lower than 55% ABV, I think it would have been lacking in some of the flavors. So I think they kind of hit the sweet spot here. On the palate, I'm getting that brown sugar, cinnamon toast, that Macallan French toast flavors, spice, a sharp spice. It's very rich on the palate, but not velvety. It's a bit sharp, and again, I can feel the bite, that spicy bite to it, and a wee bit hot, but I can't really complain about that. Slightly sweet with a long finish, which leads into an astringent, dry aftertaste that is prolonged at the very, very, very end, that just kind of lingers on there. So I'm not picking up really any of the dried fruits or the cocoa that you would get in a sherry bomb. So I wouldn't really describe this as a sherry bomb. I would describe it more as sherry influenced. So how would I rate this? Tell you, the nose is very pronounced. It really is. I like the nose a little bit better than the palate, to be honest with you. The nose is really thick and pronounced, and again, grapey. I'll give it a solid 88. That's my rating for it. To be honest with you, I had higher expectations for it, and I'm really curious to sample the 2020 12-year-old Maiden release to kind of compare it to this. Um, I heard it's very different, but anyway, yeah. So 55%. It is not cask strength, no color added. It's non-chill filtered. A great looking bottle. Can certainly be reused as a gorgeous decanter. $120, which is twice what the 12-year-old cost. So I'm curious to see if it's how it compares. So I hope you liked today's show, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and consider becoming a Patreon. And remember, no matter how good it is or how much it costs, it's just whiskey, folks. Hats off to you all, and take care.